That's
Brandon,
enough. Anyway,
hit me with one first.
what am I supposed to do?
That was easy.
Oh, that was easy. Hey everyone,
Oh,
and welcome
surprise intro.
to Why You Still Here, the show where we talk about many things, mostly movies. And today, Cocaine
So
Bear.
we're filming this on a Friday night, which is always out of our wheelhouse and definitely feels weird. I think we tend to ramble much more at night before we start these kinds of things. But however, we would have
So it's a good
recorded
thing we're
this.
talking about this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. So we were gonna do this Tuesday, but the week prior we had an insane ice storm that knocked out the power at my house for 2 days and then around the surrounding area. So AMC was closed, and of course it was on a Thursday, the day Cocaine Bear came out, and then just because of my work schedule I had no opportunity to see it until Wednesday is when I finally saw the movie. So this would have released the day we were filming it, which sucks, but that's how we operate here. Brandon,
Yes, yes,
start
indeed.
us off. Let's
I
talk about
shall.
the cast and crew of the 2023
Yes.
dark comedy
So,
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. It's loosely, very loosely based on a true story. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks. I
Yeah, that
think she
was a
did a
shocker.
really good job.
Yeah,
Um, Written by Jimmy Warden. I'm not familiar with his work. At least I don't think I am. And here's the big one now. It stars Kerry Russell, Alden Ehrenreich. Great to see him in something again. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ray Liotta. This is his fourth to last movie. He's got three more to go.
oh, very
And
good.
I loved him in this movie.
Oh, he
Side
did a great
note,
job.
spoiler alert.
Not gonna lie, I didn't
Um,
even recognize that was him until he took his glasses off. I didn't even look at the cast list.
I told you it was him.
Yeah, I forget everything. He took off his glasses. What the first like couple minutes I didn't recognize him, and then he takes his. I'm like, holy shit, that's Ray
I
Liotta.
was like, so I saw the movie several days before Lucas. And by that I think I mean two. And I was like, I don't have a lot to say about this movie, except it was good to see Alden Ehrenreich and Ray Liotta. And you're
Yep.
like, okay, I'll temper my expectations. And I was like, okay. So
And
yeah,
side
so
note, I
I
think with
tell
his
him Ray
long
Liotta's
hair,
in it, and he doesn't know. But
I think with his long hair, he looked a lot better than he did with his short hair. Like he looked young in this movie. Younger.
I wouldn't push it. Anyway, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. I don't know if I said that already, but whatever.
Nope.
Brooklyn Prince, Christian Convery, and Margot Martindale. It's a lot of people in it. Oh, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson. I missed him too. He was in it. Everybody was in it like sort of the same amount. That's the
Yep.
thing. That's what makes it hard.
Pretty equal screen time.
Yeah, almost everybody. And there's definitely more people in it, but it's like we don't have all day, you know what I'm saying? And the synopsis of this bad boy, right from IMDb,
As we
it
usually do.
says it's a comedy thriller. An oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens converge on a Georgia forest. It wasn't Georgia, was it? I don't think it was Georgia.
I thought
It
it was
might have been filmed in
I
Georgia.
thought it was Tennessee.
Yeah, that sounds more correct to me. Good job, guys. You're holding up your end over there at IMDb, apparently. Um, Converge on a forest, let's just say that, where a huge black bear goes on the murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. Maybe at first, but that bear very much
Yeah.
intentionally did it after that.
uh
Um, for whatever reason. But okay. So the movie okay, so let's just do just a tiny bit here of no spoilers, just in case anybody's watching this that hasn't seen it yet. Um, I think the movie's funny. It's not as funny maybe as it thinks it is, but it is funny. And the way it starts off, this is kind of a spoiler, but it's not a big one. It's such a tiny little spoiler, but I have to talk about it. Otherwise I might forget about it. And it's the way the movie starts off with the quote about black
Mm-hmm.
bears. Like it's this quote, it seems like very meaningful and
And then it just says
thoughtful.
Wikipedia. I
Yes, yes,
laughed
yes. I did
immediately.
too, and I was the only one laughing.
Me
I
too.
was the only, so I was like, I don't know if people just didn't get that or what, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so basically it says like black bears will not attack humans, they will run
Hmm.
away. If you end up going against a black bear, just fight back and then they'll
Yeah, there
they'll
was the
cower and
quote
they'll
that
run.
one of
And then it
the
says it's from Wikipedia.
yeah, there was
And
a quote that
as
one of the hikers had that it was if it's black, fight back, if it's brown, go down. That's what they
yeah,
said
yeah,
in the
yeah,
movie.
something like that. Um and it's yeah, so the quote is quite it's credited to Wikipedia. It's credited to Wikipedia, and for those that don't know, obviously Wikipedia is like the worst source for any information ever. So it was really, that was funny. That was very funny, especially to start off a movie where a black bear kills a whole lot of people.
On cocaine.
Um, Indeed, indeed. So yeah, cocaine inadvertently gets into the woods. A bear ingests it. It's sort of based on a true story, even though the real bear in real life ended up actually dying right away.
Yeah, probably what
And
is it like half an hour? Like he died very shortly.
very, very quickly, and it's now in a mall. It's stuffed in a mall and with a sign around its neck that says, uh, I think it says Cocaine Bear, and then there's like a little sign where it talks about what's the guy's name? Um, like the biggest cocaine
Pablo
kingpin
Escobar.
of all, Pablo Escobar. So they call this bear Pablo Escobar, and that's on a sign where it's like Pablo Escobar, like, and it has a whole little
Yeah.
like description about him and stuff. But whatever, look that up. The bear
We'll
still
put a
exists,
picture.
stuffed in a
That's
mall.
awesome.
Um, and now that I'm saying that, it might be Georgia. Sounds like something Georgia would do, but whatever. Um, Maybe Ray Liotta's character started off in a different state and ended up in Georgia. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why it
Possibly.
seems weird. But anyway, the cast is awesome. Uh, Truly. I mean, everybody turned in like a really good performance. And not even just like a funny performance, like it was all like a dramatically solid performance from everybody.
I mean, even down to
And
the three little punk ass kids. They're
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
80s bullies tropes. It was great.
They were all good and they all played off each other extremely well.
Hmm.
And I have no complaints with that at all. Like the writing, acting, direction, all of that was really good. Um, yeah. I will say that it's a really short movie, but it felt way too long, in my
Really?
opinion. Yes.
Really? I
It
do
was
not feel
like
that one bit.
I felt like it dragged and I was ready for it to be over for like 30 minutes.
Wow. And that's
And
shocking because the movie's only an hour and 30 minutes.
I know, I know.
Wow,
It
Brandon.
was it was surprising to me as well. And I think that's about it that I have to say for
That's
non-spoilers. How about
crazy.
yourself?
That's one of my biggest positives of the movie is that it knows how long it should be and it didn't overstay its
Mm,
welcome. And I didn't feel the length. That's what she said. Not one bit. In fact,
interesting.
I thought the pacing was all really well done too. I have no complaints with that. The movie
Hmm.
was again, like you said, it was funny. To tell you the truth, dude, it was much gorier than I thought it was gonna be. Um,
Okay. I mean, it's rated R, so
well, but um, with the creativity of some of the deaths, we'll talk about that in the spoiler portion, particularly with the ambulance, the whole ambulance scene. I
Uh-huh.
didn't expect
Uh-huh.
any of that, and that would just have me
Sure.
laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it was
So,
good.
no, I really really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I'm not at the love territory, but I really really enjoyed it.
Okay. I'll be honest, there was a trailer for a movie that was before it, which
Mm-hmm.
was like a dog.
Stray
Yeah, it's called
with Will
Stray.
Ferrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it looked
Will
funny.
Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, Will Forte. I enjoyed that trailer more than I enjoyed the entirety of Cocaine
Wow.
Bear.
All right, well, I'm glad to hear that though, because I wanted to see that movie, so we'll talk about it.
But yeah, so what would you give it? What score would you give it?
I'm gonna go with a solid 8.5. We're going 85%.
Mm,
We're not at A territory, but that was just so stupidly enjoyable. I loved it. Liked it.
alrighty. 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Wow, I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever had this big of a discrepancy gap.
I don't think so either. And I almost felt like giving it a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
But
Guys,
yeah.
this is monumental WAYSH
Yeah,
history.
this is
Generally, if you haven't seen our other ranking scores, we are typically within half a point to exactly the same for quite a few movies.
mm-hmm.
So this is
Yeah,
this
this is
is
breaking new
yeah,
ground.
totally.
Until Scream 6 comes out. I just have a feeling. I have like a really strong feeling how that's gonna go.
You're gonna be all
Similar
the
to
way
this.
here, and then I'll be over
Uh-huh.
here.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
Well, we have less than a week, Brandon, and
Yep.
fingers crossed, we have not been spoiled yet. At least
And we
I
get to see it
haven't.
in 3D. Nope, nope. Thank God.
Thank
I have no
fucking
idea.
God. And then
Yeah.
hopefully our popcorn tubs will be here soon too.
They don't arrive until October.
They took my money already and it's not coming out until fucking October. If this becomes a NECA Chucky situation, I'm gonna fucking personally turn
Yeah.
Cinemark into Skinamark and kill them.
Supposedly those Chuckies finally shipped, but nobody has them yet.
You know what?
Still to this point.
They're all Don Mancini jacked the van that they were all on, and he's just like living out his
Mm,
dream of
yeah,
the
maybe.
TV series. He has all of them in the back.
Either that or Alex Vincent. But yeah, it's funny because I got my money back, I think, in November. If anybody told me like, hey, it won't be until like April they show up, I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine with this decision of getting my money back.
Yeah.
But yes, so
Anyway,
that's as far as the non-spoiler part goes, I think. Let me quickly check through the few notes that I have here. Um uh, do, 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 do. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Everything else is a spoiler.
very
But
good.
yeah, go check it out. I mean, it's obviously we feel differently about it, so you might feel either way. So go check it out and comment below and let us know what you thought about it. All right, tell us your favorite part. Okay, so
Now
spoiler
that we've gotten that out of the
territory.
way,
Yes. So we'll wait. Na 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 na. Okay. And anyway, so I don't know. What do you want to talk about first?
so I guess what I meant with the gore part, and I guess this isn't even necessarily gory, it was just more like the shock of it.
Mm-hmm.
When the guy got his hand like halfway cut off, like nearly headless Nick, and he just lands on it and it just like pops off or whatever. That caught
Mm-hmm.
me by surprise. The
Reminded
park
me of Violent
ranger,
Night.
yeah, yeah. So the park ranger too, when she fell out and then fell this way and her face dragged for like
Yep,
10
yep,
feet,
yep.
I was like, oh my God. And then the
I w
other ambulance driver hits the car and then she gets fucking ejected out of it. And it was like
mm-hmm.
gratuity for 2 minutes straight. I was like, oh my God. And then
Yeah.
when the guy gets his, he fought. he falls out of the tree and then his leg falls off too. And then it was great. It was great. And then I think it was in the trailer where the bear sniffed the cocaine off the leg, but oh my God.
Yeah, there was it was interesting because in Cody Leach's review, he was the only person I watched. He mentioned
Okay.
that there was an ambulance scene that was amazing. And
It
so
was
I
great.
was anticipating it the whole movie. And yeah, it was basically for the most part what I expected it to
Or
be.
when we got the Halloween ends kill where the park ranger is gonna go shoot the bear and then the kid is right there and shoots him in the fucking head. And you get the hole in the
Mm.
head and it looked very CG, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's interesting. I did not think about Halloween Ends with that, but you're right. I just thought this person is amazingly incompetent. And for
She was
anybody
so funny
knows
though. She was very
that
funny.
that's watching this, that watch the show The Americans, I would always see previews for it on TV. And there's like three cast members from that show in this
Hmm.
movie. And I'm like, was there somebody that worked
Coincidence?
on
I
both
think not.
things? Um, Let us know if you know the answer to that. Um, yes. Yes, yeah. So yeah, so the movie's pretty funny without being like going too silly or too
Yeah.
gross. You know, that is a fine line. I just think that some of the jokes just didn't land. And the big one that it seemed like they were just hinging on so much that it was in the trailer, where it was like the little kid,
Henry
Henry,
is his name.
um goes and I just saw a bear. He's fucked.
There was a bear. A bear? It was fucked.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
You know, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it was like, that's really not funny. I mean, unless you think it's funny. I'm like, I don't think that's funny.
Yeah, you get a chuckle out of it. It's
It's
not
like,
like ha ha ha,
okay.
little kid swore, but
Like maybe a
it's
little bit
fine.
in the trailer when I saw that. It was maybe it made me laugh. I don't know, but so it was a lot of that kind of stuff where it was like nothing where I was like, oh, that's stupid, but some things where I'm
Mhm.
just like, I don't think that it's maybe as funny as they think they're being. But yes, yes. I thought that all the CGI for the bear was good. It was like
Yeah, it was never
didn't take me
distracting.
out of the movie at all. No, it wasn't distracting. And the way in which the cocaine gets into the forest, I guess, makes sense in some way.
Oh, that
Obviously, it
part was
happened in real
hilarious, by
life.
the way. The guy's
So
just throwing all the coke and then he just fucking smacks his head on the
he's
way
just
out.
dead.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, yeah. That guy, he's one of the guys from the Americans, one of the
Okay.
lead cast members. And yes, so one of my favorite parts in the movie was the bear falling on top of Eddie, which is Alden
Hmm.
Ehrenreich's character. I don't know why. I just liked it.
So, okay, I made a mental note of that, and I'm glad you brought that part up. So I want to specifically mention the line where they say, "Yeah, she's still breathing. How do you know it's a girl? Yeah, her
Her
vagina's on my
vagina's next to
ear."
my ear. Yeah.
When his face is like, okay, like here's the bear. This is where the bear's nether regions would be. Here's the bear's head.
Yeah.
Here's here's Alden. He's right here. So it
Yeah.
doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. I
I
think the
assume he
joke.
was probably trying to, he
I
started to
think
do this a little bit,
so. I
backing
think that
up.
the joke would have been funnier, and I thought this in the theater. I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
Is if he said, "I can tell it's a girl because if it was a guy bear, its dick would be in my ass."
Yeah. I, it's not a bad, it's definitely not a bad joke. I think that what might have been funnier is he says it's a girl and they say, how do you know? And he's just like, I just know. You know, maybe something like that, you know, where it's like not explicitly saying the dick thing, but that's what's implied. You know what I
Very good.
mean?
This is
You
why
know,
you
that's
have
the
more
only
than
thing
one
I could
writer
think.
on a movie.
Right. Yeah, this is how we'd be writing it. Like we'd be like, oh, what one's funnier? Um, but yeah, like her vagina is next to my ear. I thought that same thing. I'm like, that doesn't really work out biologically speaking. unless he did try to like back up. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
tried
but
to
then when
pull
you see
himself
his
out.
legs like flailing from
Yeah,
behind her,
they just didn't move anywhere. Yeah, I know. Strange.
yeah,
Strange.
it just stuck out to
Alden
me.
Alden Ehrenreich is really good in this movie though. And it's funny because nobody mentions him. Like I watched more reviews after seeing the movie and nobody talks about him. And it's like, is this still some like weird animosity from Solo? Because he's
Well, that'd
good
be
in
pretty stupid,
Solo,
but
go screw
yeah.
yourself. And he's good in the movie that was before that, that Coen Brothers movie. And he's good in this. He's not in a lot of stuff. But he's always good. He's always good, I think. You know, I was like, oh, I
Mhm.
didn't know he was in this movie. Cool. And he didn't disappoint. And then like Ice Cube's son obviously is
I'm
really
so
good.
glad that that was actually Ice Cube's son because at the very, you know, I always make the joke like for like the last one I made for
You
Violent
don't you
Night.
love that movie Straight Outta Compton? You've seen this guy in a movie before.
Yeah, I have Straight Outta Compton, fine, whatever. But I was gonna make the joke. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Ice Cube's son. I'll say it in the review, and then yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you
It
guys don't know,
was.
there's a running joke where if somebody looks like somebody in a movie, I'll say that it's either them or like their son or their brother, and
It's
they're
always a
randomly like,
family member.
yeah.
Yeah, you always say it's a family member. Yeah,
I think it's
it's
funny.
always like they never look like the person he says, so it's always like with this one you'd be right if there was no relation. Um it'd be like the star of the movie, you know, basically played by I need to get Carrie Russell. And you'd be like Ellen DeGeneres' sister. And I'd be like,
No, actually, Ellen DeGeneres'
what?
brother played the one punk kid.
Oh, really? I was about to say Henry played Henry. Yeah,
No, the punk kid with the bleach hair.
yeah, yeah.
That's why he's related to Alan.
Yeah, I really
So
liked that kid actually.
I did too. I thought their banter was funny. Like their whole 20 questions
Yeah.
thing was so fucking funny.
Yes, that was really funny. And then it's like because he seems like such a dick, but then he's
Yeah.
like really like just like such a like weird hippie guy. Like like my buds and my
And then when
I love them. They're my best buds.
him and Eddie were talking, you know, about like their home life, and he's like telling Ice Cube's son, he's like, "Shut up, I want to hear about it." And he's like his fucking therapist, and he just wants to fucking shoot him. It's hilarious, very good. And then they
Yeah.
save
And
that
then
like when he's dying at the end, they save that one. They're like, "We're 20 questions. I have one more. What's the final question gonna ask you, bro?" And I'm like, "You cheesy sons of bitches."
that as well as where it's like he talks about how his two best friends are they're gonna move away together and it shows him sitting next to them and one's holding their head in their hands and the
Yeah,
other one is
the
like they're
picture
both
of him.
dead sitting next to him. Yeah, that
That
was
was pretty
really
funny.
funny. Yeah, it reminded me honestly of Terrifier, but like doing it like good, you know,
Yeah.
because nothing's done good in those movies. Um anyway, yeah, so let's see here if there's I do want to say that. So this is something I thought about when I was driving home. And it was like, why did they put so much emphasis on the two kids like using cocaine by eating it? And I
Mhm.
thought like maybe because they don't want a kid to inadvertently watch this movie, see kids snorting cocaine. And even though it's an R-rated movie, they're
Mhm.
like, we can't do that.
I
There's
mean,
no way. We
I
just
thought it
can't do
worked
that.
to be
And they
kind of
got
funny.
high anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like these kids need to get high from cocaine. And so how are we going to do that? You know, I guess it could have just been in the air because that happened in the movie too, where it was
Yeah,
in
with the
the air
bear,
and they breathed it in. So, right. So,
particularly in
yeah,
the
I'm sure it's
gazebo
just supposed to be
scene.
funny, but yeah, yeah. Um, obviously Ray Liotta doesn't disappoint. He
He
is
did a
great.
fantastic job.
Yeah, and I love seeing him. It was kind of sad actually,
It
because I've
was.
always loved Ray Liotta,
I'm very
and
glad though that they at least had the tact to put in, you know, in loving memory at the, you know, before the credits. So
that
that was
was
very
very,
nice.
very, very sweet. Yes, it was. It made it seem like it's the last movie he's ever going to be in, but it's just the first one that's released since he's
Yep.
passed away. Because yeah, he has three more coming,
Which is
including the
awesome.
one that he passed away while filming. So we'll see what they do there with that. But yeah, he plays like Cody Leach said. It's Ray Liotta playing a very Ray Liotta character,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like what he's known for,
Yep,
playing
it's
those
great.
types of characters. Which side note, which is why he is so particularly good in the movie Blow, because he's not playing like a Ray Liotta character. Have you ever seen
Mm-hmm.
Blow?
I have not.
He plays the father. You haven't seen that movie? Oh my
No.
God. Okay. It is
Forcing fandoms.
fantastic. It's based on a true story. And it stars Johnny Depp. Um, and he was like the leading cocaine supplier or something at that time. And it's so good. George something was his name. And yeah, Ray Liotta's in it and he plays his dad. And
Mm.
he's just like a very straight-laced guy, and he's fantastic in it. I cry anytime I watch that movie at his scenes like towards the end, because he sees just what his son is so badly ruining his life by doing what he's
Mm-hmm.
doing, right? His son meaning Johnny Depp. So yeah,
I figured
it's
that
really
part.
heartbreaking. He's really good in it though. But it is always fun though to see him in that kind of like badass role, and like
Yes.
he ditches the kid behind the kid he seems to hate, which is his
Mm-hmm.
grandson, like just
But I got
despises
I
this
got the
kid.
laughs out of that when he left him behind, and then
Yeah,
when he was fucking around in the ball pit and told him to look at him. Like that was always funny. Yeah, it was good. It
that
was
was
good
really
shit.
funny. And then when Eddie's like dad, where's whatever his son's name is, he's like, what do I look like, a fucking babysitter to you? Like, where did you leave him? It's like he's at home, whatever, it's fine. It's like, yeah, that was funny. And then I will say that I'm really happy they did not kill the bear,
So
because I
that
thought
was
that might
I again.
happen.
I'm very happy you said that because, ah, and in the cave scene when the bear fell, I said, well, this is it. Cocaine Bear is
Mm-hmm.
dead. And
Mm-hmm.
I got really upset when that happened. I'm
I
like,
did too.
son of a fucking bitch. Right. But then when I saw, like the cocaine falls and wakes him up, or whatever, I'm like, hell yeah. Right. And then
It's like spinach with
I,
Popeye.
yep. Yeah. I love the two cubs as well. They got into the duffel bag of Coke.
They
I
were
thought that was
very cute.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And I
And I
really
was like,
like
Ray
that.
Liotta's character is dead as soon as he kicked them for the first time. I'm like,
Yep.
he's gonna
And
die.
I was so happy at the very end of the movie when they had Cocaine Bear and the Cubs all rolling around together. And I'm just like, they're setting it up for Cocaine Bear too.
Yeah. Or cocaine bears.
They're
Like
okay, that
that's what
makes
I would
sense. Like
think that they would probably
aliens.
call it. Yeah. Yeah. Though I will say something about that, because that's what I thought as soon as like whatever the first time we see the Cubs in the movie, I
Mm-hmm.
immediately went, okay, so the sequel is going to be called Cocaine Bears. Obviously, like that's what I just told myself, like not even
Yeah,
knowing that the
I don't
cocaine bear
know
is going to
what they would
live.
do or how good it will be, but I mean, I really did enjoy
I
it, so
don't
we'll see what happens.
either. And I'll be honest with you, I hope they don't. I do want a sequel. I do, but I don't want it to be the cocaine bear again. And that's the entire reason I am wearing a Jaws shirt.
Very good.
Okay. Because this is my idea. This is my pitch. Listen to me, Elizabeth Banks. So it's been a long time since we've had a good shark movie. You know what I'm saying? And it would be so easy to just have people boating and cocaine got into the water, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so it ingested the cocaine through its gills. And now it's not only a great white shark, but a great white shark that's fucked, right? That
So
bear's fucked,
you could have cocaine shark, but maybe since it's a shark and if he's swimming around, maybe he gets into something else. Maybe he's alcohol shark. Something happens and the ocean gets contaminated and he just gets drunk out of his mind. I don't know. We get there. It doesn't have to just be cocaine.
No, but that's what keeps that's like the brand, I think.
Okay,
You
the
know.
cocaine brand. Very,
Yeah.
very good.
And obviously with the drug cocaine, whether or not people have done it, they know that it's sort of like it goes hand in hand with aggression and energy. And so it's like what happens when you take an animal that's already aggressive, like an apex predator, like a
Like they
bear
say
or a
in the movie
tiger,
100 times.
lion, shark, exactly. You take that and then you make them even more aggressive, more dangerous,
Yes.
alcohol wouldn't really do. I get what you're trying to
I kind
do
of thought
there. Like,
about that
sure,
after I
alcohol
said it,
shark or like meth
but maybe
shark.
um I think Alcohol Shark is straight up like a really bad Hulu Netflix movie. That's what that
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah. Yeah, probably. And it's funny too, actually, because they almost it's more funny, but they almost tease like a sequel from a different animal at the very end of the movie when the guy is like hitchhiking, and he
Yes.
sets the cocaine down
Yeah,
by
there's like
what was it,
goats and
sheep?
or sheep, goat, something.
Goat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
I think
sheep. Whatever,
I think they
whatever.
were sheep.
Some
And then
livestock.
he's like, oh, wait a minute. And then he goes and takes the cocaine away from them like cocaine sheep. Um, and so then that made me think, but then when I first saw the cub in the movie when they're going through the tunnel, I didn't know it was a bear cub at first. And so I was like, what is this like cocaine bush baby? Like, what is this? Like I thought it was another animal because you could tell they were rolling around in the cocaine. So I was like, oh, this is just another, you know, I don't know, another layer to this, that it's going to be
Very
another
good.
animal right in this movie. But yes,
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 I'm just gonna
indeed.
let you know my timer is about to go off in a minute and a half. So
Okay.
it's gonna go off right
I
when we're
don't,
finishing the video. Or we could just wrap it up right this second. I have anything else to
well, you
say.
could just, stop your timer right now so it doesn't go off. We wrap up and then you go grab the thing from the oven.
All right. We'll get it over with so it doesn't burn. The more you know.
Anyway, that is all I have, I do believe.
Let me
Um,
rack my brain
I'm
and
assuming
think.
all you have too,
Yeah,
but
I'm
yes,
trying to
anything else?
go see it. Totally recommend it. Everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a movie that I like regret seeing. I rarely regret seeing anything. I'm always happy that I watched something. Which reminds me, you still have to see Bones and All, sister. Don't think that you're getting through this
I
year
will.
without watching that
Um,
shit show.
but I'm gonna be honest. Did you watch the opening of special features? Did
I
you watch
did.
The Hook? Yeah, I need to fucking watch that movie before I watch anything else, so I can
Oh,
return that to
right.
you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'd rather watch like you can hold on to that a little bit longer if you watch Bones and All. But
Okay,
whatever.
I'll meet you in the middle.
Thanks for joining us,
Thanks for joining
everybody.
us,
Like
guys.
I need somebody to join me in that shit show.
All right,
But and you guys too, watch Bones and All, okay? And then get in touch with me on here and then we'll talk about it because God, I need company with that.
misery loves company.
But yeah, Misery loves so much company. But if you have seen the movie, what did you think about it? And, did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you dislike it? Did you hate it? Let us know. Comment down below. Let us know. Let's start a conversation. Or if you haven't seen it yet, why'd you watch this much of the video? You goof.
The verdict is in. The people like us. I was
They
shocked Special
might.
Features already has 8 views. Who the hell was watching that right away?
I don't know. Me and 7 other people, I guess.
Very good. Very
Well,
good. So,
me, you were probably watching it on the way home. So us and 5 other people. Anyway,
yes.
thanks for joining us,
Anyway,
everybody. Let us know what you think. And what do you think about Cocaine Shark? Tell me. Tell
Elizabeth
me.
Banks, contact us.
Let me know. Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, very good.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.